Welcome to another video of Erudite Tutorials. Today we are looking at the central nervous system, or in general we are looking at the nervous system. Now, what is the nervous system? Okay, when you say the nervous system, we are talking about the brain, the spinal cord, and other peripheral systems that helps us to coordinate and control our body. The nervous system is the reason why you are breathing. The nervous system is the reason why you are capable of watching this video. If the nervous system fails to work, you are in a state of paralysis. You are in a state of paralysis. That is, you wouldn't be able to control any part of your body. You are automatically will say that you are a dead person in that sense. Because your nervous system is responsible for controlling your heart rate. It is responsible for controlling how your internal organs work. It is responsible for coordinating how you move your hands, how you blink your eyes, how you sneeze, when you cough. Every single activity you do is controlled by the central nervous system. Let's go ahead. Now, the nervous system. The nervous system is an organ system in charge of sending messages to and from the brain and spinal cord to and from all parts of the body. That is to say that it carries information to different parts of the body from the brain and the spinal cord. And also, it carries messages from other parts of the body to the brain and the spinal cord as well. Now, it coordinates and controls and integrates. That is, it unites different actions we do. Okay, the reason why you automatically stretch your arms when you're about to fall so that you can maintain balance of that sort is all the results of the workings of the nervous system. Now, the nervous system also transmits signals between different parts of the body. Okay, when you prick your finger against a needle, it sends information to the brain and you know the exact part of the body where the needle pricked. Now, this is a diagram that shows the nervous system. Okay, so we have the nervous system. This is what we call, this is the major nervous system, and then it is subdivided into two parts. We have the central nervous system here, then we have what we call the peripheral nervous system. Now, underneath the peripheral nervous system, we also have subdivisions, where we have the somatic nervous system, which is responsible for voluntary action. You deliberately tapped on this video link to watch this video. Okay, so it is the somatic nervous system that we use to perform all our voluntary activities. Now, all involuntary activities are controlled by the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system. Now, the autonomic nervous system is also subdivided into what we call the sympathetic nervous system, which controls internal organs in terms of what? Stress. That is, it controls your heart rate, it controls your breathing, it controls your reactions and everything in terms of stress. Then when you are at rest or doing your normal activities, it is the parasympathetic nervous system that is responsible for what the body does, or your normal breathing and then stuff like that. Okay. Now, the nervous system. The nervous system consists of two main parts. We have the central nervous system, also known as CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, also known as PNS. Now, the central nervous system, it consists of the brain and then the spinal cord. So the brain, the eyes are considered to be part of the brain. So the brain and then the spinal cord are what we refer to as well, the central nervous system. Now, the central nervous system, it is made up of the brain and the spinal cord, and it acts as body's control center and coordinates body activity. So everything we do is controlled by the brain, and then majority of that also is controlled by the spinal cord. We usually confuse the spinal cord with the backbone. The spinal cord is found inside the backbone. The actual name for the backbone is what we call the vertebral column. Okay, so the vertebral column, the hollow in it is what we call the part of the nervous system in the hollow of the vertebral column is what we refer to as the spinal cord. So the spinal cord is a group of nerves. Okay, it is a group of nerves inside the backbone of the vertebral column. Now, it acts as the body's control center and coordinate body activities. Now, impulses travel through the nervous system in the body to reach the brain. The central nervous system is the part that we see in yellow in this diagram. Okay, what we see here, you can see it in yellow, not the green, the yellow, where the part that is colored now. All right. Now, the peripheral nervous system, it is made up of all the nerves that carry messages to and from the central nervous system. That is, any nerve that is connected to the spinal cord or to any part of the brain, but it is not part of the brain, it is not part of the spinal cord, is what we refer to as the peripheral nervous system. Now, it is similar to a telephone wire that connects all the houses in the community. Now, the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system work together to make rapid changes in our bodies, that is in response to stimuli. Okay, now peripheral nervous systems are in green in the diagram you see. So if you should look at this carefully, you will see some green part of the nervous system here. That is what we are referring to as the peripheral nervous system. Now, the peripheral nervous system, these are the subdivisions of the peripheral nervous system. We can see that we have the peripheral nervous system here. Then we have the somatic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, and the parasympathetic nervous system. Right. So we move on. Now, the peripheral nervous system. Now, the somatic nervous system. We are looking at the major subdivisions under the peripheral nervous system. We have the somatic nervous system, and then we have the autonomic nervous system. Now, the part of the peripheral nervous system associated with the voluntary control of the body movement via skeletal muscles. That is, it is responsible for what the voluntary or the deliberate, the intentional movement of your body, raising your hands, talking to someone, picking up a ball, picking up a book, picking up your phone. It's all as a result of the work of the somatic nervous system. So, voluntary actions are undertaken by the somatic nervous system. Now, we also have what we call the autonomic nervous system. Now, it relays information from the central nervous system to the organs. That is, it helps to control the internal organs. And you know that the internal organs are not controlled deliberately. You don't decide for your heart to continue beating or to stop beating. No. Now, it also helps maintain and a balance in the voluntary functions of the body. Okay, it is the reason why you stand upright and you are not crooked. Okay, it is the reason why you are not producing too much hormones. It is the reason why the pupil of your eye are not too wide open to allow too much light into your eyes, so on and so forth. Now, it's also responsible for what we call involuntary actions. Okay, things that we do not do consciously, like sneezing, coughing, and so on. Now, the autonomic nervous system. Now, it consists of the sympathetic nervous system and then the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for control in times of stress and emergencies, such as the flight or fight mode. If you should hear fire, 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 by the time you realize you are outside, how fast you are able to get out, you wouldn't be able to tell. So it controls the body where there is extreme alertness. Okay, where there's extreme alertness, you realize you have done certain things that you didn't know you could do. So the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for such cases. Now, the parasympathetic nervous system is what you are using now. Okay, it counteracts the sympathetic nervous system and then it controls body in times of rest. So if there is an emergency and your heart rate begins to beat or your heart rate begins to increase, it is the sympathetic nervous system that controls that. Okay, and then the parasympathetic nervous system, when you are asleep, you breathe gently and your blood pressure is at its normal pace, you are not breathing too high or too low. It is the parasympathetic nervous system that is responsible for that. So that is that. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to share the video for others to learn.